Hello, beautiful people. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for my new subscribers. But honestly, I don't want subscribers. I want people who are willing to change, people who are looking for the message and want to apply it to their daily lives in order for us to get out of here. Because if you don't know, this is a holographic universe, okay? This realm we are on, we are here to heal our 12-strand DNA. The activation is already here. You can feel the frequencies, okay? If you know, you know. I've even found, like, I've got one gray hair, like, the signs are here, okay? So honestly, my awakening journey was a bit crazy. It's like I went to Kenya and I woke up a different person. I felt so strange in Kenya. Before I went to Kenya, I was feeling really down, really depressed. I was all over the place. My mentor just wanted to get to Kenya, and I knew I had to get to Kenya when I went to Kenya because I found out a lot of truths that have calmed my soul down. Like, I no longer live in fear. I no longer live in the past where I was so traumatized as a child that I could never move forward with myself. And going to Kenya really put a closure on what I was looking for. And what I was looking for was myself. I was looking for myself this whole entire time. I thought I needed to find my mother who I hadn't seen for over 20 years. But in reality, when I found her and I heard the other side of the story, I realized, wow, I had been fragmented by a psychotic, narcissistic family unit. My energy was scattered. I didn't know myself. My gosh, guys, you don't know how it is when you wake up, yeah? If you're on your awakening journey, let me tell you, you do not need anybody. You do not need anybody. I thought I needed my mother for the longest time. I thought that I was so sad. I was so depressed. I blamed everything on not knowing my mother. All those times in my teenage years when I was binge drinking to try and forget everything. All those times I was crying myself to sleep. All of those times I was begging my father to give me a little bit of information of where my biological mother was, and he never did. But they used this against me. They used this against me because they knew I was the chosen one. They knew what they were getting themselves into. They wanted to make sure that I never found the truth so I couldn't become my fully aware, awakened being. My soul just always, God, guys, I don't know how to explain it. I was a mess. I was all over the place, but I knew after being to Bulgaria, I just went straight to Kenya. It was like a few weeks, and then I went to Kenya, and I found the answers I was looking for. It's been crazy, guys. My awakening has finally brought me here. The last narcissistic Hoover they tried to do on me, she just knocked on the door. And as soon as I opened the door, she saw the look on my face. I just slammed the door and I walked up the steps, and that was it. No more. I cannot continue on this cycle. Awakening is when you realize you are the chosen one. You are that generational curse breaker that they have been trying to shut down. I know that my parents were involved in occult stuff. I know that now. They were involved in that, and I remember they took me somewhere. They took me somewhere to do some sort of ritual. They tried to destiny swap with me. I was the scapegoat. I was the sacrificial lamb that they tried to take to the altar in order to gain all of my power. It's a blessing to be standing today because something within me, my ancestors never abandoned me. They took me to the UK. My dad and his toxic, narcissistic, Mzungu wife, they brought me to the UK. Cut me off all of my ancestors. I did not know where my ancestors were. They were just telling me about somebody who has died, when they died. They always brought bad news to me. Any update I got about my family back home was when somebody had died. Now you have to understand from a spiritual perspective, this is crazy. You don't have any other information to give me apart from when somebody has died. I found that strange. Oh, this and that has passed away. This your cousin from here and there has passed away. This your uncle from there. They did that, and they have cut me off from my family tree. But then I realized something profound. I realized that my strongest ancestors are within me. I am the generational curse breaker. The power is within me. They sold themselves out a long time ago for money, for land, for whatever else they did. Me, I don't want any of it. I was in Kenya and my dad is telling me, oh, are you coming home? Are you going to come to this land? I want to give you this land. I said, no, I'm not doing it. I didn't go. You cannot buy me. You cannot buy me with cheap material things. I cannot be bought. A chosen one, you cannot be bought because you realize how important your energy is. Your energy is out of this world. This is ethereal energy. When I was in Kenya, they tried to play games with me. My real mother tried to play games with me. She tried to tell me that I need to give money for this, money for that. She didn't even want to know me, She didn't want to know anything about me. All she was asking is how much I was paying for my apartment. Asking me to go pay dowry to her dad because apparently when she was with my father, he never paid it. Can you imagine what kind of... And then the story came together. They were in communication this whole time. They were communicating all this whole time. Guys, this is crazy. I've been asking my dad to give me information about my mother's whereabouts for all these years and he never did. Even one time he lied to me and he gave me one of his side chicks number. And then she pretending that she was my mother. This is how crazy and wicked these people are. I'm just so glad my ancestors are within me, full of love and light, and they stopped me from going the direction of the sacrificial scapegoat, because I'm not a scapegoat. Even my name is powerful. My Kenyan name is powerful. Mwendi. Do you know what it means? If you're Kenyan, you know what it means. New one. What is a new one? I'm a chosen one. That's how it is. Names have power. My name is very powerful. They tried to sacrifice me, but they couldn't. My ancestors would not let me. My pure ancestors, pure of love and light. They would not let me be sacrificed by these demons because it's a destiny swap. Everything is energy. They wanted my energy for themselves. They want my energy to keep using it to get trivial things when we're all trying to get out of here. Guys, this world is very spiritual. Do not think everything is like this because it's an energetic world.